I looked up and I'm hearing things. Is Superman a disaster or is it a masterpiece? Are we going to find out? But first, I want to say Happy New Year to all of you, and thank you so much for spending and making the back half of this year very special for me here on the channel. It's been a great time talking DC and more with all of you, so thanks a lot for stopping by. Hey everyone, welcome to Digital Charcuterie. Thanks so much for stopping by. My name is James. If you're looking forward to Superman, the new DCU, hit that subscribe button. We talk about it all the time on this channel. Would love to hear your thoughts on the Superman trailer that was released just a couple weeks ago. Let me know there. I thought it was excellent, but now we are 7 months away from the release of Superman and the unofficial launching of the DCU. Now, obviously, Creature Commandos is here, and I think that show gets better weekly. But Superman is going to be the first live action. It's the first movie that's going to hit of the new DCU. And this is the first time we're going to see these characters now being recast. No more Henry Cavill, who I'm a big fan of, as you might know if you've been here for a while. I love Henry Cavill, Superman. I love Man of Steel. I'm very excited to see what we're going to get in the James Gunn DCU and what he's going to bring. I think there's immense pressure on the Superman movie, and I think James Gunn is going to deliver in spades. But what I think and what happens could always be two separate things, and a lot of times they are. Let's be honest, they are, and they probably are for you as well. But you hope for the best, right? I would rather go into this thinking the best and being positive about this. But now I want to bring this report from comicbookmovie.com, wrapping it all up on the How Mike podcast with John Roca and Jeff Snyder, talking about new screenings of the movies. John Roca saying that this movie is like Captain America, the First Avenger, and the Mummies movies, and Jeff Snyder saying that he's not hearing good things about it. But now another source, somebody that comicbookmovie.com can rely on, is saying, not so fast, hold your pants. This movie is actually pretty damn good. They're calling it Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 level good. The visual effects are not complete yet, but they're saying this is a good movie. Chill your hot takes. Maybe everything people are saying things to get the buzz, to create word, to create spread. I've heard some other reports that things have been a little bit messy behind the scenes, but from all we know, we don't know anything. But the movies, it's I don't think it's ahead of schedule, but they seem to be right on schedule with what they want and how they want it all to be progressing. I don't think there's anything to be fearful of. I think James Gunn is super proud of this movie. I know he said that about The Flash. There's probably comments right now, well, he said that about The Flash. I think The Flash is a very different beast, a different animal altogether. I think obviously he has to promote this. He has to be positive about this movie as a whole. It is his baby, and this is the first movie that he's bringing into his studio that he is running. He is the co-CEO of DC Studios. It's up to him to make sure this thing kicks off well, and that's why I don't think it's going to be bad. I think Guardians of the Galaxy Volume good. I think people are going to look at that and say, oh, I don't want Guardians of the Galaxy Superman, and that's how it reads, obviously, but I don't think that's how that's meant to be taken. I think Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 was a gem of a movie. It came out of nowhere and blew people away. It was a massive hit. Got a sequel, and then obviously a third one and a holiday special. People fell in love with these characters and with the story. And I think that's what this is referring to more so than the tone in the movie itself. It's like, this is as good at, like, what he did there, he's doing with Superman and with the characters and with the lore of Superman. And I think James Gunn probably knows the character and the lore of Superman better than pretty much anybody in Hollywood. I think he's going to respect that lore and appreciate that lore and work towards it. Now, of course, fans of the Man of Steel, like I said, I'm a massive Man of Steel fan. That's my favorite Superman movie. Fans that only like that Superman movie might not be a fan of James Gunn's Superman movie, but I don't know if that's a fair comparison, because as much as I love Man of Steel, I understand that there's another version of Superman out there. That I understand that Man of Steel Superman was one that David Goyer brought to Christopher Nolan and said, wouldn't it be cool if it was like an alien invasion style movie, and they did kind of that with Superman, which I think was friggin' phenomenal and it worked, and a lot of people didn't. A lot of people did not feel that way, and I don't hold any animosity towards people who have a different opinion than me, because it's all subjective, and we can like what we like, and we can dislike what we dislike, and that's okay. And I appreciate other opinions as well, and I would love to hear them in the comments down below. If you didn't like Man of Steel, tell me why. I'm pretty sure I can guess why, but let me know in the comments down below. Because again, like, these are movies. We're meant to talk about them. They're meant to be engaging and get us talking, and that's what I'm hoping Superman does. I hope it brings us into this new DCU that gets us excited for Supergirl. And I think the idea of a 1-2 punch with Superman and Supergirl is fascinating. The other exciting news is Andy Muschietti is saying that Batman Brave and the Bold has not been postponed. It's just not happening as soon as everybody thinks he's going to do something else. So it sounds like things are developing well. That script is still not where they want it to be, but I don't think there is a rush to get to Brave and the Bold. I think especially with the Matt Reeves Batman, I still think the two Batman thing going on is going to be confusing to a lot of general audience members. I think over time you probably come to understand it, but I think right away it's going to be tough. So I don't think they're going to rush into Batman, but I think also we're going to have better understand that Batman's been around in this universe, and so Batman is going to be mentioned here and there, so we'll always know that Batman's around. Whether or not we get it sooner than later, that won't ultimately matter. But that's exciting news. I think they're onto something here. You got Superman, Supergirl, and Clayface coming. I don't know why, but I'm extremely excited for this Clayface movie. I just there's something about it that just makes me go, I think this is going to be really solid. Now, in 2 years when it releases, we could look back on this video and be like, James, you are an idiot. That movie sucked. And that's very possible. I just feel like the way that it went through, like the pitch to the script to the green lighting of it, just feels like there's something there. And it's so random, like so out of the box that I'm like, yeah, you know what? You probably do have something. Whereas Superman, I feel this way as well, because James Gunn was writing it before he even got this position. He wrote Creature Commandos before he got the position, and he started writing the Superman script before it. I feel like the Superman script is just like it's almost like a passion project for him. Remember when they hired him to do Suicide Squad, they actually wanted him to do Superman, and he said no. And I brought this up before, and obviously it's because I don't think he wanted to work with Superman in that world. He didn't want to work with that Superman. He wanted this Superman, and this is the one. And so this is why I have full faith in what he's going to be giving us come July. Again, I'm someone who thought the trailer was perfect. I thought it was everything we need to see from this new Superman movie, from a new iteration of Superman, to be like, this is separate from what you had, but it's still got high stakes. It has cool characters. It has all the characters all the lore you love, the Metropolis you love, all that stuff is in here. Trust us. Go along with the ride, and don't forget to look up. Which it did, and I thought it delivered and everything had to. And don't forget, it's also just a teaser trailer. This isn't the full-length trailer. The next trailer we get will give us more of the plot, more of the characters. It'll give us more of Corenswet as Clark Kent, as Superman. We're going to understand more of how he's portraying these iconic characters. It's kind of two characters. They're very different. So I think, if you didn't like the teaser, again, it's fair. It's all subjective. But I think the next trailer is the one that's really going to be the one that is going to give you a definitive answer as to whether or not you are interested in seeing this movie or not. This one hopefully made you feel like you wanted to see the movie, and maybe it didn't, but hopefully it did. But I think the next one's the one that's going to say, this is must-watch July. Don't wait for Fantastic Four to be the first superhero movie you watch in July. The Superman superhero movie you have to watch in July. Now, that being said, when the first Fantastic Four trailer drops, which will probably be on the Super Bowl, that one's going to tell you, you can go see Superman all you want. This is the movie. And I honestly hope DC and Marvel play like this for a long time. I hope we have, and look, I'm speculating here and everything, but I hope we have solid movies with solid marketing, with solid trailers that make you go, oh man, that's coming and that's coming. And, maybe you don't want to pick and choose. Maybe you're going to go see Superman and then you're going to see some Fantastic Four. Or maybe you're like, I don't know if I want to watch Fantastic Four, and you go see Superman, you're like, you know what, I want to watch another superhero movie, so you see Fantastic Four, or vice versa. And I think the studios, and I think with James Gunn as the head of DC Studios, having already has a relationship with Kevin Feige, I think they can operate like that all the time. Kevin Feige did a video where somebody congratulated him on Blue Beetles. Blue Beetle obviously is not an MCU movie. General audiences don't know or even care. They don't care that they're different comic properties. They just don't care. They're like, it's a superhero movie. All superhero movies are the same. And that's why when Sony releases what they release, it hurts the genre more. So I think with DC being solid, and I think it's going to be solid, and I would be willing to bet that Kevin Feige might have even given notes. Sorry, to help them out, because when Superman does well, Fantastic Four will do even better, and Fantastic Four doing well will help Superman. And it's all going to work together, and it's an exciting time to be a superhero movie fan right now, knowing that these two studios I mean, look, Marvel, we all know, was in a bit of a slump, but it seems like they're going to be coming out of it. Captain America is going to be what it's going to be, but Thunderbolts, all the word is that Thunderbolts is great. And Fantastic Four, well, I haven't seen much. We don't know much, but the little tidbits that we're getting, I feel like it's going to be something really cool as well. I don't know if it's going to be great, but I think it's going to be something really cool. Something that's going to be like, oh, you know what? I want to go watch that. And if Superman is really good, it's going to whet your appetite to see that. So I would think that that what comicmovie.com is saying from their source, that Superman is in a good spot. That's the one that I would believe. I think it is. I don't think it's perfect. It's still early on. We've got 7 months. It's going to be late editing and visual effects and probably more music and all that stuff. And then obviously the reshoots that they're doing and little touch-ups here and there. So I wouldn't even concern myself with what you hear yet. But I'm thinking it's going to be solid. It might be a little messy, maybe, the other side of the coin is maybe James Gunn is trying a little bit too hard, but we'll find out in July. I can't wait. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Once again, Happy New Year, everyone. Thank you for joining me. It has been a great 2024, spending the year, the back half of the year talking Penguin and all the fun stuff with you. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like button, and until next time, may you be the master of your own universe.